Hi, hello, welcome or welcome back. So, new place, deeply and sincerely, who this? But I'm happy to be able to film again. I should be sleeping right now. I'm in a bit of a mood because everything is still exploded around me, and I have some quite a lot of hours of sleep that I need to catch up with. And then I also still have a lot of things on my plate. But also look at this. I mean, okay. Pretty self-explanatory. So, I also have been having this very specific video in mind for quite some time, because not only it's very useful information for anyone who feels on a spiritual journey and who feels like there are a lot of practicalities that need to be adjusted in order for things to actually fall into place. And I think that the first disclaimer is that the reason why I decide to formulate the title in such a way is that you need to understand that even when you hit that point, there's still motion. But the difference is that it's a different type of motion. It's no longer forceful. Okay, it is supposed to come out naturally. And then there is also a mega reason about the importance of being able to understand the physics of personal movement. And it's not just about moving your body, movement in terms of moving through the trails of life. Okay, you can enter different trails different trails or realms, depending on how you want to view it, and then follow through the current. But you need to be able to see that. Okay, you need to be able to differentiate between types of speed. Sorry, my dog got activated. I just need to see what's going on. Wait. He's grumpy as well because he needs to sleep. So I gave him double dose of chicken today. So he got activated, but lazy way. He was like, whatever. So end of the disclaimer, because I'm probably going to be able to deliver more specific details as I go. But I also do not know how much space I currently have today on my phone, so this is probably going to be a 2 parts video. Definitely. This is definitely going to be a 2 parts video. So I'm now going to do the group selection and explain the whole dynamic. See you there. Alright, so group selection. As I just said during the intro, this is going to be a 2... Is this recording? This is recording. This is going to be a 2 parts video. So everybody clicking, everybody connecting will be able to select their group during this group selection. Now, the people who will select the last few groups, depending on the length of each reading, we'll see if part 2 will be about 3, 4, 5 or just 4 and 5. Regardless, if you select one of the last few groups, you will have to wait. Okay, you will have to wait until the second part is... Ooh, recorded and uploaded. Okay, I'm just, which one is first? This one is first. Okay, so group number 1, you have Amalthea. Group number 2, Delphinos. Group number 3, Europe. Group number 4, Echo. And 5, Urinomia. So I'm going to show the cards once again. You can you can choose using numbers. So checking the chapters list can help you. You can also use the images and just let your intuition draw you towards the group that will resonate with your situation the most. This is 3, 4, and 5. See you at your group. All right, group number 1, you picked the card Amalthea. So I was doing my morning walk and just observing the surroundings and just receiving the first downloads of the day. And I was being guided to record this video as a 5 cards collective reading, okay? So, I see that your situation definitely involves family because you picked the card Amalthea that strongly relates to that sector, and then your central card is also the Mater, and right now I'm feeling really drawn to the central figure of the Mater here, who is, divinely speaking, the archetype of the mother. Okay, so you might, well, you have a lot of cards. You have a lot of cards. And I am going to pull out clarifiers as well, because I don't think that because I see the situation pretty clearly, and I see that the direction and the dynamic of your progression is pretty easy to explain, but since you have a lot of cards, and we also have this Hercules card in a non-favorable position, the most logical conclusion is that your journey is pretty easy to explain, but it's pretty long. So what you might need, and you are clicking on this video, but this is something that you need to keep on the forefront of your mind, is that you kind of need constant validation about what's going on. In many senses, okay? Because there might be a dimension of twisting reality, trying to twist the reality around you. And you cannot fall into this. It's like I just posted a short, just like a couple, like this morning. And it was a short a short list to understand whether your mother is a narcissist or not. So I'm not going to directly point the finger towards one parent or the other, because this is a collective reading. I do sense a very strong feminine figure here, or feminine energy. But this could also be a father figure who is more in their feminine energy, who is unbalanced in his protection role and is rather trying to siphon. And I do see that money is involved. Okay. So it's kind of like one parent or different or one or two parents, one or the other parent, and one is enough to spoil the entire broth. Is willing to go to great length to make sure that you end up with nothing, basically. And I see a dynamic here where you kind of had to suffer because of their mental imbalance in order to learn a lesson. And the lesson is about the truth of who they are. Because you might have been tempted or like fallen into temptation. You might have fallen into temptation in regards of giving them what they wanted. You know, like once you understand that someone who is in a position of power has certain needs, has the audacity even to put forward certain requests, it's not easy to say no, especially if you feel pressured, especially if there are abusive tactics that are being put in place, getting very childish behavior. And sorry, but I need to have this vitamin, this water with lemon, because my voice is really tired. So as I was saying, you're dealing with someone, or you have been dealing for quite some time with someone who is very childish. Okay, it's like give me, give me, give me. And again, it's like having a baby who's crying all the time. And the most logical approach is like, okay, I'm just going to give them what they want, so that they will stop. But the thing is that you are meant to realize that they're not going to stop, that this is not going to break the cycle, that this is not going to improve the dynamic, quite the opposite. And this is because this person or these people live in the illusion of being able to reap a reward out of sabotaging you. It's like they might see something in your future, and they are convinced that if they take you out of the picture, it is going to be given to them. These people might also, I'm getting different scenarios. This could also involve being willing to hurt you and harm you to directly receive a reward. Okay, like sell you out as a human being, even if those people are supposed to protect you. And I do see that this is affecting the way you see money, is affecting the way you are receiving money. It's like you, because of how you have been treated, you have been conditioned to having to give out more than what you receive. Like, even if you were to step out of this first dynamic, of this first family, toxic family environment, you will still have some work to do. You will still have to undo certain energetic patterns, and it is going to feel counterintuitive, because you're going to feel as if you're being punished. Okay, it's like, but I did the right thing. I put myself to safety. I was getting sick. This gave me clarity. I was willing to take a leap of faith. I was willing to work hard, but this is the point. Hard work is not going to be enough. There is an intense work of inner healing, of emotional healing, that will have to take place so that you can be moved on a different rail of life, on a different realm of life. Because it's like, it is as if the energy of what you have been conditioned to endure is following you like a trail. And this is where this seduction keyword manages to have meaning, because this is reinforcing your sense of truth in regards of how bad you have been treated. The fact that you struggle to say no in certain situations, the fact that you struggle to put yourself first, the fact that it's almost an instinct to you to be of service, to sell yourself out, to not fight for receiving the recognition that you deserve, to give up a little bit way too easily on fighting for your rights, basically, as a human being, as a professional. It could also be as a partner. This can definitely affect many different areas of your life. And this difficulty, this struggle that you have in communicating exactly what you want, this comes from somewhere old. Okay, this could even come from stuff that happened before your own little original household. Okay, if you truly take the time to dissect the reality of the dynamic, you're probably going to realize that whatever type of parent has been doing this to you has also been enduring that. And their parents and their parents and their parents. There was this rock song that I would love to be able to find again, but I'm not sure of having published that short on YouTube, so I don't know if I can do that. But it was about this guy tracing back the traumatic history of his family, and so basically, I think that I'm remembering correctly. Just have some patience with me today. he started recalling certain specific bad behaviors associated to very specific passed over members of his family, until he got to the key point. And there was that uncle of the uncle of the uncle of the previous uncle or whatever, who made a very bad decision. And the chorus was like, if you ask me, I blame it on him. Okay? So the thing is that when you put it that way, it sounds very simple. Oh, okay, I understood what happened. I will just explain that to those who have been doing this to me, and they will just stop, because they will realize that it's wrong, that it's hurting me. And it's not going to happen. I see you trying. That's for sure. And eventually I see you coming to the conclusion that that type of reward, that type of happy ending, it's something that you're probably going to have to grieve. It's something that you're probably going to have to let die and crumble. You're going to have to realize that putting yourself first, and I have that on your clarifiers again, is what's going to save the energy of the family union. But they need to face their karma, and that is not something that you alone can erase. You have no power over that. You have no power over other people, but you can control yourself. And this is the type of lie that you have been fed of. That you have no control over yourself. This is a lie. This is the type of secret that you need to unlock, that you have full control over yourself. And that the more you do your shadow work, the more you take the time to understand that these shortcomings that you have, this tendency of just giving in, just giving up a little bit too easily when you are being confronted, oh yeah, whatever, life will pay them back. And perhaps yes, but at the same time, bam, before you know it, you are entering a new cycle, and you are experiencing the same energy over and over and over and over again. And each and every time, you are feeling the exact same feeling. And at some point, you are going to have to break free from that. At some point, you are going to have to realize that you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. The point is that you need to learn how to live for yourself. Only when you learn that lesson, you are going to almost suddenly feel fertile enough to actually share yourself with other people, but it's not going to be the same people. Because I see that there's a lot of reactive energy around you coming from those who have been trying to suck you dry. And it does feel counterintuitive again, because your journey, your purpose is to move towards harmony. You are trying to build peace for yourself. You are moving into a space where you learn the importance of traveling light, okay? Of releasing emotional baggage, but could also be practical baggage, but doing it the correct way, of actually taking the time to finish off each and every process that get sent your way, and truly embodying this authoritative figure when it comes to yourself, you're going to have to become the god or the goddess of your own word. And there are going to be people who are going to try to gaslight you, basically, who are going to try to diminish the value of that. Like, who do you think you are? Well, I'm me, so I am going to be in control of me. You are only offended because you want to be in control of me, and this is wrong. Me being in control of me is normal. It's totally natural, okay? It's not fully natural if you haven't been loved the correct way in order to empower you. And it's not about, I was just reading this forum the other day of people telling stories about those whose childhood was too good. And it's the answer was pretty on point. I'm just not going to quote the exact words, but the term good enough was a little bit misunderstood there, because good enough means empowering enough to make the individual fully able to move according to their own life rail, according to their own soul mission, according to their own sense of peace. Is not too good. Like, a child is not too good if the child gets whatever the hell they want. Okay, this is going to become a dysfunctional adult who just feels like they can burst out on other people and obtain a reward out of this. And I see your perspective switching a lot, where I see some sort of drastic separation between one specific goal that would include kind of changing or expecting that the people who have been doing this to you up until this point would not do that when you change. But you change, they don't. So as you change and they don't, your goal also changes. At some point, you're going to switch your perspective on fully focusing on being in charge of your own stability, of your own balance, of your own harmony. Being fully able to protect yourself rather than having to escape attacks, having to anticipate the next move, having to betray yourself even just to have crumbles of safety. That is not even true safety, because those are just instruments used to keep you quiet enough and then being used again. So once your perspective changes, once your goal changes, once your dream changes as well, your dreams change, you're going to start seeing this behavior as something extremely low vibrational. You're going to start losing respect for anyone behaving that way, and especially people behaving that way to you. It's like, no. Like, one lie and you're out. Like, I catch you lie once, you're a walking toilet for me, okay? Because you are going to start learning the value of moving in your truth, of creating thanks to the veracity of your words. And the more you embody that, the more these energies are going to act scattered. And they're kind of they are kind of destined to becoming desperate for trying to stab you in the back. Okay, like they are going to call themselves out. And we have here, take a risk. You are meant to remove your heart from the situation. And this is not about becoming heartless altogether. You're removing your heart from certain very specific dynamics in order to be able to be cold-minded and face the situation accordingly, because the situation is forcing you to face adversity and to embody a rather I don't want to say aggressive, but I don't want to say aggressive behavior, but it's also about embodying the appropriate attitude when it comes to aggression. And I love Jesus. Okay, I'm a big Jesus fan. Some things about Jesus, though, I genuinely think that he was a bit of a fool. Okay? Because he was someone very, very important. Okay? The type of brain, the type of energy who could shift reality. And he did, of course, in his way. Now, he also died. He was willing, he knew he was going to die. And he let everyone around him do their own silly job to deliver a message. The message was delivered. Like eventually when he was put on the cross and the sky ripped open and thunder and lightning and all of that happened, even the guards were crying. Judah was crying in the hallway as he received the money. But he still went through. They were crying, why? Because they were fearing the rage, the wrath of God. The thing is that he could only operate on this reality as long as he was a part of it. So what happened right after? The few who were already on board kept on going. The few who were, the rest of the crowd of sheep who were only crying because they were anticipating fearful stuff, they just went on with their lives. And then of course a whole movement was created, but I'm also left to wonder what could have happened if the guy could have said, no, I'm not going to show up to the dinner, fuck off. I didn't want to come, I just wanted to sleep. I was not feeling like entertaining all of you tonight. I would rather connect with the divine, perform the type of miracle that will shake the foundation of everyone who was still, oh my gosh. I just heard the creepiest cricket I've heard in my entire life. I don't know if it was a cricket or a bird, but it sounded like shining. Okay, anyway, perform the type of miracle that will shake the foundation of everyone who still feels like fucking up, And then I'm going to reschedule the dinner with just 3 people. Okay, Judah out. Like, no, you don't get to kiss me on the cheek. No. Ew. You know, who knows? Where would we be with a little bit more of boundaries? And this is the thing. You're not being selfish. You are recognizing how important you are as an individual. Your job is not to suffer. Your mission in life cannot be suffering. Once you put it like that, it becomes pretty simple. Of course, the healing has to be an inside-out process. So, as the term says, it's a process. It takes time. The nervous system has timing. We are dense beings. So, the moment where the brain integrates something, it is never the exact same moment where the rest of the system is actually able to move accordingly to that knowledge. Okay? So, it's like, it's like you are meant to hit the point of effortless movement in order to face a war. Once you are fully embodying your divine self, expect shenanigans, okay? Expect people to truly act out of their asses. And because you are in this completely new energy, like new me, who this, it is still going to be an effort because you are at war, of course. But you will know exactly what to do. You are going to be so ready for the moment where the true battle begins that you are going to surprise yourself. And not only that, you are going to be rewarded. So those are the self-defense charms. Damn. Okay. Divine timing. I have been receiving this exact charm for the entire week. So, you need to understand that you are a very important piece in a bigger scheme. So you are strong, you are important, you are a divine being. The world still does not revolve around you. Okay? This means that the time necessary for your preparation is also, it's kind of like you need to lose your ego completely and truly let God manipulate you. Why let some stupid people manipulating you when you can let God do the job? Okay? And this also means that things are not going to happen when you want them to happen. If you manage to take the higher perspective, you are going to realize that things are happening when you also need them to happen. Okay, like want and need are two very different things. But also that you are playing a big part, a big role in saving souls, in saving those people's souls, and those souls cannot be saved until they get their karma and their consequences. And so things around those people are bubbling up, are preparing, okay? Because of their wrongdoings. This is a deal, this is a debt that they have towards the divine. This is a debt that they have towards spirit, towards the big architect of everything. And you are put in a favorable position because you are working with the big architect, not against the big architect. This also means that you are on duty. Like, your life is going to feel as if you were on duty. You are going to learn how to become confident in taking risks. Okay? But it's not because you want to have fun. It's not because you're bored. It's not because you just like to shake things up. It's because you are being called to do so. This is your highest calling. This is the only thing that can bring you peace. This is the only thing that can grant you safe passage away from the chaos. You know, like sometimes people just... Well, there are different accounts that I follow and that I appreciate, who also share their personal experience with dealing with trauma, and dealing with abuse and all of that. And there are the sheeps coming in, and it's like, oh, no, you are doing your dirty laundry, or you're doing this for attention. They don't understand that until you, like, as long as you avoid doing that, you cannot have your progression. You just cannot. You're going to feel like you're running in circles until you finally focus on that one detail that you are trying to bypass, and you choose to no longer bypass it. You choose to actually heal, and bam, you have your karmic clearance and you move on all of a sudden, like just like that. And this is going to drive people insane. Like, you are going to feel so out of reach that they will no longer know which kind of trick they should pull out of their ass to put you out of focus. But no, you're going to reach a point where you have gone through so many death and rebirths, when you have gone through so many releasings of the same old energy, that it's going to become quick. It's meant to be quick like that. Okay, you are not meant to dwell. You're not meant to doubt on whether you should stay or you should go, or whether you should speak your truth or you should swallow your own words for the sake of everybody else. Everybody else will adjust. You know what you are meant to heal. You know what's making you sick. You have taken the choice to move away for a reason. So everyone bringing the exact same toxicity to the table is not doing you any favor. So, I think I gave a pretty complete overview. Also, it's almost 30 minutes. So, I'm just going to have a quick look around to see if there is anything else that is coming up. But probably just some clarity about the card that you pick. You picked Amalthea. And so Amalthea talks about the value of the things that you do in the shadows. That when you know that you are not harming anyone, that your intentions are pure, and that what you are trying to achieve, what you are trying to bring into your life is harmony. Again, we have it here, harmony and peace. Your duty is to protect that. And so during the myth of Amalthea, there's this very important baby who has to grow, has to develop, has to become, needs to have the time to become. And the usual procedure would be to deliver the baby and present the baby to literally anyone. Like, officially, this would be the fairest and the most just thing to do. This is not what happens, though, because the baby is in danger. So what happens is that the baby is delivered in secret. Not only that, the baby is nourished in secret. The baby is loved in secret. And when it's actually time for the baby to go out in the world, he's no longer a baby, he's the god Zeus. It is too late to stop the whole prophecy, because actually there was a prophecy behind the reason why the baby was in danger. So if you want to use absurdity as a tool here for analysis, the most logical thing would have been to just follow the procedure and just everybody patting themselves on the back. Oh, we did the right thing. The baby was born and we put it out and he was swallowed. Well, too bad. No, they already knew what was going to happen. They already knew that the destiny of the baby was going to be a tragic one. And so they lied. They lied to the big power. They lied to everyone. They made everyone believe that the baby was not there. They made everyone believe that nothing was happening. In the meantime, the baby was being raised by nymphs and nourished by this magical goat, Amalthea. And once the danger was predictable enough, and the creation was also ready enough to shoot danger in the face, then the truth was revealed. Okay? I was talking to this street preacher just the other day, who stopped me to give me some blessings. Like, she had some blessings printed out, and so we seized the time to talk about the divine. And she was very sincere about the fact that she struggles with lies, and but she was aware of it. She had this awareness about it. So she told me, I lied and I didn't have a reason to. So this is the thing. You're not lying because you like to lie. You are not facing the trouble head on because that's what you secretly like, or whatever. Okay? It's because reality, life is giving you very strong reasons to behave in a certain way. Okay? And this lady was lying because of a tip or something like that. And so after that, she suddenly took the time to pray and why do I do this? Why do I feel this need? God, please enlighten me. Okay? So, just to give an overview on the fact that right and wrong needs context. Okay? Yes, of course, lying is bad per se. Which is why also during the myth of Amalthea, eventually the truth comes out. Okay? But there's divine timing at play. Okay? When it's the right time. The fruits of your creations are meant to come to the light. But you are getting fully rid of the need to get the validation, to get the green light for those who are going to take the little seed, the little sprouted plant, and make nothing out of it. just because their mind works backwards. Okay? You are stepping into full confidence of yourself. You know that you need to protect your own processes. And so the minute someone mistreats your process, that person is no longer allowed to the table. That person is no longer going to be a part of your own meetings, of your own brainstormings. Okay? You are going to start handling and managing yourself like an enterprise. And this is also what's going to bring in more quality in your life. Okay? So yeah, in a sane dynamic, you should be able to brainstorm with those who are close to you. And this is also what's bringing clarity to you, because you are not able, because you are not safe to brainstorm in their presence. That's a big sign of you having to do things differently. You have to become a professional in dealing with these energies, whether you want it or not, because these energies are there, and these energies are willing to follow you to your grave if you let them. But you can have a different type of endings. You can have a different type of outcome. And as you step into the outcome, you are truly going to see the desperation of these people trying to backstab you. You're truly going to see just how evil-minded and rotten-hearted these people are. And you are going to go back to yourself eventually. It's like, okay, I'm still bleeding. I'm still bleeding for the fucked up shit that you did to me. But I'm going to have my happy ending. It's like you're going to have to be a little bit aggressive when it comes to claiming your happiness. Like, it's not going to be just you work hard and eventually you are going to be able to, oh, I see what this is about. So you see how in a sane dynamic you should be able to go out and venture the world, and then go back and bring the results to those who empowered you enough to take that first risk in the beginning. And also to be able to crawl back if you happen to get hurt. Okay, like a good solid background support is not shielding you too much either. Okay, it's just giving you enough confidence to go out and seek, and letting you know the world is fucked up. Okay, the world is going to show you hell and its friends. So this is the knowledge that you need to have. This is the courage that you need to have. This is the love that you need to have. You go out, you have your experience. If the world lets you bruised, this is where you can come back. This door is always going to be open for you. And you do not have that. You're going to have to put yourself in a place where whatever happens, even if you get hurt, you can get back to yourself. this infinite love flow. It's gonna happen between the still hurts you and this new version of you. You have to reparent yourself. You're going to have to become your own parent, basically. And so the big and bad and untamable or just unbreakable version of you, is what you are going to project, is what you are going to put on the forefront, on the front line. And then on the backstage, you're healing. On the backstage, you're taking care of you. But you are no longer going back to the poisonous fountain to try and get your juices flow again, and you know that your juices are just going to be contaminated. Okay? And it will take a lot of work. It will take a lot of work. But as you choose to move past the betrayal, as you choose to keep on pouring into this strong version of yourself, karma, God's wrath, is going to be deployed in your favor. So, that is all for you today, Group 1. If you feel called to leave a comment down below, the comment section is open. So, for discussion, respectful though, because I take screenshots and I use those as examples for class. Like the misplaced ones. Okay, the rest, feel free to comment down below. And this can also this can help me confirm the messages, but this can also help other people make the translation between the energetic information and the practical situation. So thank you for tuning in. I really hope this gave you clarity, and stay strong, I guess. Okay, talk soon. Alright, group number 2, you chose Delphinos, and this is likely going to be the last group for today's video because my voice is leaving me today. So, whoa. Bizarre. Pretty bizarre. Because, as I said, I think I only said it during group number 1, so I'm going to repeat this again. I was doing my morning walk and just channeling the information to go throughout the day. And I was being guided to do this as a 5 cards reading, and then group number 1 had more cards in the same position. But what's bizarre here is that your central position has 2 cards, and this has literally never happened to me. But I do see the sense of what's going on. Okay, I do see coherence in this. And I think that I should start with the card that you selected in order to define your group, which was Delphinos. And so, okay, so Delphinos is a card that talks about honor, and it's a card that talks about recognition, but also being able to bring in a certain result. So it's like there's that Italian song, E la luna bussò. It's like, and the moon knocked. It's from a singer who eventually committed suicide because she was being blacklisted from local TV and labels for wearing purple. On TV, they would say that purple was bad luck, which is pure bullshit. Okay, it's just the color that can awaken the intuition. So during an era where they would use media to keep people stupid, of course that was not convenient, and eventually like she went through a very severe accident during her career that involved other people, something that she suffered greatly from and people started spreading rumors about somehow the accident being her fault, even if she was not really there, or like it was mathematically impossible for it to be her fault. And since she had poured so much into that one specific career, it felt like the end of her, and she took her own life. So it was either her or her sister. So it's Loredana Bertè and Mia Martini. They put out this song about the moon who tries to knock to different places, and so she tries to find rest and respite I don't know, on a balcony, on a party, on a street corner, near to a dog. Like, there's this whole list of places where the moon tries and find a home until eventually, and she gets rejected on and on and on. And so, okay, there's a similar message here to what happened in group number 1, but I see here a smaller dynamic where you feel like you are constantly knocking to different doors in order to have your yes, in order to have your green light, to pursue. For some of you, it's literally a certain career, a certain goal, a certain type of recognition, a certain type of result. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen until you address something very specific that happened in your past. And this is your entry energy. We have Orion. So central energy, we have these 2 cards. And so you have been betrayed by someone who is actually an idiot. Okay? You have been backstabbed by someone who lacks basic mental capacities. Okay? Their brain might be made of worms or whatever. And figuratively, of course, unless they contract an actual disease. But this is a general reading, so who knows? The point is that because of XYZ reasons, this person or this energy feels very entitled to what you are trying to achieve. And I'm getting the word unexpected in the sense where the betrayal came when you least expected it. Like you might have... Okay. I saw the video just today, so it cannot be casual. It was this interview, 2 actresses, very huge age gap, were working on a similar project, and the older one would try and hinder the younger one. And the interview was done to the younger one, and she was reporting this experience. why is she even doing this? Like, I'm not trying to compete, I'm just doing my job. I'm waking up every day, and every time that I have a scene with her, I'm getting nervous, because if she has a bad day, she will make sure that everybody has a bad day. And she would give her bad advice on purpose. It's like we're not even in the same category. Okay, so can you please justify the competition? The problem is that, as I said, this person is an idiot. So this person feels like they need to assert power, even where it's absolutely not their place to assert power. This person could be the type of person who absolutely need to seduce other people's partners in order to feel like they're the one who got it the most, or okay. Or like this person could just go to great limits like surpass their own limits, or go to great extents to sabotage other people's careers, even if those people are just doing their own thing. Like this person could just focus on their own and see what happens, just see how far they can go. But they just cannot stand the idea of other people progressing. It could be literal strangers, and this person still feels the need to attack them. Okay, this person has a strong stalker energy. This person has a huge ego, but not in a good way. Okay, this person is not ambitious in the sense where they're willing to take risks, they're willing to actually work and challenge themselves. This person actually feels enraged when they see someone achieving something, even if that something would never be attainable to them. Okay? This person feels like everybody who has a good life, it's their spot. Okay, like if one of their friends has a good family union, they want that. They see a stranger receiving an award, and they see themselves receiving that same exact award, and they actually feel enraged because it's not being given to them. And so, not only that, I see that this person is justifying themselves. This person builds reasons in their head of why they behave in that way, but it's because I'm super special. No, it's because you're super stupid. Like, it's plenty of places where you can get awards. Work for that. Maybe you'll get one. Okay? Again, it's plenty. There's plenty. There's plenty of fishes in the sea. Go out and hunt. Go out and try and make and create your own happy family union. This person may even have their own family, but the minute someone has a piece of happiness, they are so miserable and rotten inside that they feel the need to make sure that nobody's happy. This person has no control over themselves. Okay, this person is constantly all over the place. It's like this person should be restrained in some shape or form. For some of you, I'm getting that this person should be put into jail, or this person could benefit from some jail time. It doesn't have to be physical jail, like the facility, but like the Monopoly game, where you simply cannot move forward. Like this person kind of needs that. Like their soul could benefit from that, from not being able to move around as much as they would like to. Because I see this person kind of burning themselves out in order to be everywhere and to be everyone's enemy. I'm getting that it's not just you. Okay? You probably bring out the worst in this person. But again, it's not just you. This person feels offended when people are not like super duper curious about them. This could also be the type of person like they have one experience that actually corresponds to their expectation, and they are going to sell that out for years. This person is sorry, I just got a message. Wait. Oh. So, sorry, I got distracted for a minute. As I was saying, this person is kind of the embodiment of fried air. But they expect to receive millions for their fried air. Okay, like this person feels as if their farts were made out of gold. And they actually get enraged when people are not receiving that, like clapping. Okay, they would not tolerate that from others though. Okay, they just, yeah, this person is a stupid narcissist. This person feels like they have the right to act nasty to each and every one, and that people should feel honored to just be in their nasty presence, in their stinky, rotten presence. But they cannot tolerate so hard work. I get that they might be quite allergic to hard work. And this person might get angry when other people are sick. I'm getting something very specific. This could only be for some of you, but this person in their life might have tried to do a sickness competition, like making themselves sick on purpose because someone else was sick and they were receiving a little bit of attention, and they got mad and like they hindered themselves just to get more attention. This person puts a whole lot of work in everything wrong. Everything that they shouldn't be doing, they do that. This person might have some very weird attraction for minors. Okay, like this person's sexual desires are a little bit off. Or this person might be obsessed with collecting a lot of partners. And again, I mean, if you're not lucky and blessed enough to meet your lifetime partner and just, go through life with that, there's nothing wrong with taking the time to explore things with different people. But this person is literally obsessed with collecting as many partners as they can. It's like their goal, their mission. That's why they're stupid as fuck, because they don't even have the time to learn. They're so busy. They're so busy intruding families. They're so busy rushing off and wasting entire days just to give the wrong advice to people. And they're not even questioning themselves. They're not even curious about understanding why they are the way they are. They just write off this narrative as of being this superior being. This person is just an animal, but in the word sense of the terms, because I love animals, okay? But there's a difference, when you say I'm a beast because you have bravery, you have courage, you have stamina, you are consciously in touch with your raw instincts, and saying that person is a beast in the sense where all they are capable of is rolling themselves into the mud and being just stupid as fuck. Okay, this is the type of beast who was hit in the head, and now it's a problem for the entire pack. Lions. I wrote a dissertation about that when I was in China, and I was traveling with this girl, and we met there. So she was my roommate, and she actually introduced me to this knowledge that stayed with me up until this day. And then I wrote a dissertation and I sent it to my entire female friends when I was in college, because it was so eye-opening, like truly and deeply. Lions have a very specific structure in their hierarchy. So you have the alpha, you have the female alpha, then you have the lower hierarchies, and everybody has a purpose. And then you have, I forgot about that. Was it the omega? Was it the beta? So I haven't been double checking that. I'm just seeing that because we have the lion here and it perfectly fits the narrative. So do your own research to see which exact letter of the Greek alphabet refers to that category. But basically, lion have a specific rank for their dumbest members. Okay? Those members are in charge in some shape or form of creating chaos with other clans. They exist, they are not allowed to mate, okay? And they kind of, like, everything would be fine, everything would work smoothly, but then there's I think it was the omega. I truly think it was the omega, but take this as with a grain of salt, okay? Who goes off and they start creating drama with other clans, and then the alpha has to leave their duty and like and go and fix that. Right? So it's a full-blown discharge of life. And this is